Folks, do you remember last year when there were like 100 people that died in Texas? Because, does anyone remember this? I don't know. But I'm going to give you a little bit of a backstory. In last year, around 1 year ago, Texas experienced some severe winter conditions, right? And the energy companies in Texas, because Texas has its independent energy grid. For those of you that don't know, there are 3 grids in the United States, 3 major power grids. There's like the West Coast, right? There's the East Coast, and then there's goddamn Texas, right? And it's because Texas, they love that free market energy. So what happened during last year is everyone was trying to use their heaters and stay warm during these freezing weather conditions. And then, right, they so the way that Texas energy works, right, is the prices are volatile. Right, think of like Bitcoin, except like way worse, and it's directly tied to your ability to survive in the near future. Like let's say you wanted to buy Bitcoin, right, and you looked online like this morning, and it was like $14,000, right, and then like as soon as you go to buy it, and then someone points a gun to your head, all right, buy me Bitcoin right now, and then all of a sudden Bitcoin is like $89,000. How did it fucking go up that high? That's basically what happened in Texas, except instead of someone having a gun to their head, it was the freezing weather conditions and lack of heat, and so then people were they were forced in a lot of situations to buy the extremely high priced energy. I believe that there were some reports of the prices would go up like 2,000% from the start of the week to the peak of the freeze. And again, so some people did not have access to heat, and they died. About 100, I believe, people, to my understanding, died, including elderly people. Children died. There was also this situation where people would set their homes on fire because they were trying to keep warm, and they were not used to, because they live in Texas, and this is not normally a problem for Texas, but now that we're having climate change affect us, right? We're experiencing these extremely bizarre weather situations. So people in Texas don't know how to keep a fire, keep it safe, and they ended up burning their homes down. There were multiple cases of that. And then, no one in the government held anyone accountable at all. They all just walked away scot-free. The energy companies got to keep their 3,000% fucking profits, right? They got to give fat stacks to their fucking goddamn, lobbyists and their fucking politician friends, right? And they all got away scot-free. Remember Ted Cruz fled to Cancun? Right, so, well, here we go. Brace for goddamn impact, folks. It's 2022. Let's watch. I'm glad that they have some really good music here. This makes me happy. We're clapping? Hell yeah. We're not going to do anything for you, so here's some tips so you don't die. Hell yeah. There you go. No fuel indoors. This is again, think about it. They could just not have 3,000% markups. They're it's the government is giving you hot tips on how to not die during the winter, and it's presented with this generic ass fucking PowerPoint presentation background music that you would see at a fucking TED Talk or something. What the fuck, motherfucker, man? This is crazy. This is out of control. This is the government of Texas, motherfucker. And they're not going to do anything at all. They're not going to do anything at all. So, people are just owning them in the replies. But anyway, again, it's incredible what they're doing here. And anything to avoid upsetting their corporate donors and their big business fucking fossil fuel barons that fucking give them money. They literally are willing to murder, because it's murder. They know people will die. Right, again, it's okay. It's not like the trolley problem where you're a random person and you can pull a lever to save people, right? It's not like that, because these people, it's you built the trolley, right? You built the lever, right? And then you put people on the train tracks, right? With the trolley problem. And then you walk away from the lever. So not only could you pull the lever and everything would be fine, but you set up the entire scenario and then walk away, right? That's exactly what this is. This is murder. The politicians and the big businesses in Texas have murdered people. They know it's going to happen. They constructed the scenario for it to happen, and then it's going to happen. That's murder, right? If I shoot a gun, if I aim a gun at your head and I shoot the gun, well, I got the gun, first of all. I aimed it at your fucking head, and I pressed fire. That's murder! That's murder! It's not that's like they set up the scenario, right? They did this free market bullshit power grid, right? These big businesses chose to raise the prices. They didn't need to, right? They could have done anything else, right? They chose to raise the prices, and then people died because they couldn't afford heat. That is a pretty one-to-one murder. That's murder. Except it's it's vague because capitalism says it's okay, man, to it's the free market, bro. So that's what capitalism says. So murder is obfuscated. And now they're making these really cringy fucking welcome to working in Walmart kind of presentation fucking videos, except it's hot tips on how to not fucking die because the government, they're not going to save you. They're not going to, not only will they not save you, they will not even throw a life raft like that episode of SpongeBob where SpongeBob's a fucking lifeguard, where he's pretending to be a lifeguard and Patrick starts to fucking drown. And then, SpongeBob gets the life raft and he throws it into the fucking lagoon. And then it's it turns out it didn't even come close. It's 2% of the way between SpongeBob and Patrick is still drowning. That's basically what the government's going to do, except they're not even doing that. They're not even doing that. They're not even going to pretend to do anything. They're just going to sit there and watch you fucking die, and then they're gonna go collect their fucking paychecks, and then also they'll probably just repossess your house, right? Because the government owns your property anyway, so you're gonna die, right? All of your valuables will just go to the government, so they get to reap the benefits of having all of your money and fucking bullshit and wealth and all that stuff, and then you're just gonna be dead. Your parents are gonna, or your children are gonna have no parents, are gonna be orphans, or maybe they're gonna die too, hopefully, because then if they die too, then the government will definitely get your fucking whatever wealth you whatever little bit of wealth you do have. But then also, what if the kids don't die? Then they get to inherit your debt, right? Because most of the time these people that are dying are poor. So maybe you're gonna have a fuckload of debt. You don't want your debt to be absolved. So actually, yeah, the kids should stay alive, but just barely. So they're gonna have trauma for the rest of their lives. Maybe they might even have some pre-existing conditions so that they can go get some fucking health care, right? And have to fucking pay big fucking money at these health insurance companies, right? And then they're gonna inherit all of your debt. Good job. Go Texas, bro. God bless capitalism. Fuck this whole country. Goddamn.